It's Saturday, November 18th, 2023. It is 11:35 a.m. and 49 degrees Fahrenheit. We're doing a tour here in Kirkwood in St. Louis County. And we're starting right here at my school again, Vianney High School. We're 15 miles from the Gateway Arch. Right here is South Kirkwood Road. It's the longest road in St. Louis. It's South Lindbergh, just down the ways. That's 44 East. That would take you right into downtown right there. Interstate 44 if you take that east. So South Lindbergh Road turns into South Kirkwood Road here, just through Kirkwood. And then it once again becomes South Lindbergh, and once you get to Ladue, it turns into North Lindbergh. So we're at Vianney. You see that sculpture there? We have a lot of sculptures around the school. And right over there we have a White Castle and a Lowe's and a Walmart. All things that you would typically find in the big city. Lowe's. And there's also a TJ Maxx and a Target. CVS Pharmacy, Home Goods. There's a bank down just that way. There's Dunkin' Donuts and a Chipotle. And there's shops here, and there's another huge shopping center right across the street, which includes an Aldi, a Dollar Tree, AutoZone, Hobby Lobby, and Burlington Coat Factory, and an Office Depot down there. And there's a Sonic in here too. They have good burgers. And there's a Raising Cane's chicken fingers over here as well. So here we are again at my high school. There's the griffin right there, half lion, half eagle. So we'll take a look at the field again here. It's the concession stand, home of the Griffins. And here we are, 7 state soccer championships and 2 in football recently. Here on the bleachers, men of character and accomplishment. Riley Schmidt went here. He's an actor. He was in American Horror Story on FX. Dan McLaughlin, he was the announcer for the Cardinals. Trent Green played for the Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. Mark Lamping, he was president of the Cardinals. Cliff Politte, he was a relief pitcher, won a World Series in 2005 with the White Sox. Bob Cassilly, he's the founder of the City Museum downtown, as well as Kyren Williams. He's a running back who went to Notre Dame, plays for the Rams now. And here's some more of that artwork, all in the back here. And the baseball field is back here. And we have 3 state championships there. And there's the front of the school right through there. There's a Harley Davidson store. And there's High Point Burgers over there. Okay, here's Nipher Middle School. This was built in 1921. They have made additions to it. But this was actually where Kirkwood High School started. here at Nipher Middle School. And right next to it is the Magic House. And this is a mansion here where A.G. Edwards and Sons, one of the sons, lived here at the Magic House. And across the street over here is Christ Community Lutheran School. You can get a broader view of Nipher Middle School from over here. Okay, here's a McDonald's here in Kirkwood. We're on South Kirkwood Road. There's a Taco Bell right over there. So Kirkwood was founded in 1853. Hiram Leffingwell and Richard Elliott had acquired some of this land. There was a cholera outbreak in St. Louis in 1849. And this city is named after James Kirkwood, the chief engineer of the Pacific Railroad. He had to come through here. And a lot of these streets are named after presidents. As you'll see right here, James Monroe. But there were a couple presidents, John Tyler and James K. Polk. The 10th and the 11th president, they don't have their names on the streets, but all the other early presidents, they did. James K. Polk actually died of cholera. And this is Madison here, named after James Madison, the 4th president. Monroe was the 5th. There's the Kirkwood City Hall right there.
Look at that! Come on, I just went.
Madison Avenue at South Kirkwood.
There's a Caldi's Coffee there, and Bar Louie. Right over there is the train station. They had other structures. This was built in 1893 though. The first one was shortly after the railroad came through here in about 1863. That building was built in 1893, the Kirkwood Train Station. It's the only Amtrak station outside of the city. So you see the train tracks there. And this is the Kirkwood Train Station. And there's Santa. It's holiday walk day. And there's the Kirkwood Fire Station right there. Sugar Shack and a dance studio there. That's St. Peter Catholic Church over there. There's a good shot of the railroad through there. Now this street right here is Clay, named after Henry Clay. He was a senator. Here's the Kirkwood American Legion. Okay, right here is Citizen Kane's Steakhouse. This is terrific, this place. I did eat here once, got a steak. It's one of the best meals I've ever had. This is a great place right here, Citizen Kane's. I was very impressed with it. Terrific. So again, this is South Kirkwood Road. This actually used to be called Webster, believe it or not, and not because they're next to Webster Groves, but it was named after Senator Daniel Webster. This is Andy's Frozen Custard here. There's an Emo's Pizza here in Kirkwood. That's classic St. Louis style with Provel cheese. School of Rock here. Chocolate Company. Very busy area in here, as you can see. It's always like this, and then you've got the train stop in there. That's the way it's always been in this area. Jefferson Avenue. Thomas Jefferson. Named after Thomas Jefferson. Honey Bee's Biscuit and Good Eats. Biscuits and Good Eats. Now call it North Kirkwood Road up in here. All right, we made it up here, North Kirkwood Road, and this is Adams up here. You can take your pick. I'm not sure which Adams that was named after. One of the presidents, either the second one or the sixth one. That right here is the First Presbyterian Church of Kirkwood. And Marianne Moore. She was a poet, and her mom's dad was a pastor here. She was born in 1887, and she won the Pulitzer Prize in 1952. Marianne Moore, she has a star on the St. Louis Walk of Fame. This congregation started in 1854. They've had some different structures and some renovations here. But it started in someone's house in 1854, this church right here. In fact, this is that marker here, right on the corner. Here it is again, First Presbyterian Church here in Kirkwood. And we're at North Kirkwood Road, and there you see Adams Avenue. And in fact, we're going to keep walking down here. There's a big church here, big long church. This is all part of it, that First Presbyterian Church. And the first congregation was in 1854. And we're at Taylor Avenue. That's Zachary Taylor. He was the 12th president. There's the Kirkwood YMCA right over there. Here's the Kirkwood Public Library right here. And you got these presidents' names crossing everywhere now. That's Taylor and Jefferson. This is Elliott Unitarian Chapel. Yeah, we got Christmas trees.
I'm good.
Just in the jar already.
Christopher's over there playing music. Hey, we're here on Taylor, in between Madison and Monroe. There's the post office here in Kirkwood. And right over here on this corner is the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center. That is a nice looking facility right there, the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center. That's Unity Missionary Baptist Church. And right across from that's the Green Tea Community Church. And you got some nice fall color on these trees here. Nice looking trees. And right next to that's a recycling depository. Okay, I'm gonna get this just because it's interesting to me. These are two I don't think we've seen yet, Washington and Fillmore. Millard Fillmore and Washington. Here's Kirkwood Road Christian Church. Okay, we made it up here to Kirkwood High School now. Okay, here we are at Kirkwood High School. The football coach right now is Jeremy Maclin. Actually, he went to Mizzou, played for the Philadelphia Eagles. Scott Bakula went here. He's an actor. He was on Quantum Leap, won a Golden Globe. He was in Star Trek Enterprise. He has a star on the St. Louis Walk of Fame. Nikki Glaser, the comedian. David Sanborn, he's a saxophonist. He also has a star on the St. Louis Walk of Fame. All right, the Kirkwood Pioneers. And there's a nice looking sculpture there, Kirkwood High School. Okay, here's the football field here at Kirkwood. They've played their rivals Webster Groves for over 100 years in football and consistently on Thanksgiving since 1928. With a few exceptions in between, like COVID or if they were deep into the playoffs. I went to a semifinal game in 2010 here. There was over 9,000 people. It was a state semifinal game. There's a big K in the back of the stadium. Webster Groves won that game 28-0. And the thing I learned from that is that high schools were not meant to accommodate a large, huge event like that. Even with those stands right there, they were packed. There was nowhere to go to get everybody in here. It was unbelievable. So they've had the JV play a few times when that happens. In those instances, if they're deep into the playoffs. So they've had the JV play a few times. And they have won 2 state championships in football in 2012 and 2016. 2 state championships here for the Kirkwood Pioneers. Hey, this is the Trinity Lutheran Church here on Lockett. Okay, we're at Manchester and Woodlawn, and here's the Schnucks in Kirkwood. Grocery store. And there's also a St. Louis bread company over there, which some know as Panera Bread. Hey, there's St. Louis Bread Company, which we call here, or Panera, whatever you choose. I like the tomato soup actually, and then I take that bread. It's real nice and fresh, and I dip it in there. That's what I like. It tastes great. This is Walker Lake right here. Still a lot of people out here fishing here, even in the afternoon. And we're right behind the ice arena here in Kirkwood. Okay, this is at Geyer and Woodbine, the Geyer Road Baptist Church. Nice big church here. They got a lot of land right here in front of it. Okay, here's St. Louis Community College at Meramec. I went here before the University of Missouri St. Louis. I went here, took some classes, and a guy named David Freeze went here. So I don't know if you know him. Everybody in this town does. He was the 2011 NLCS MVP and World Series MVP, and that's an understatement. David Freeze, boy, was he ever the MVP. And also my 8th grade teacher again, Mr. Jeffrey Carl, won 2 national championships in women's soccer, 2 junior college national championships, right here at Meramec. And right across the street from that Meramec sign at Geyer and Rose Hill here, this is Peppe's number 2, Peppe's apartment number 2. It's Italian cuisine with a Mediterranean flair. This place here is very highly rated. You wouldn't even know it's here. This place here, people love it. Peppe's apartment number 2. And again, here's one of the fields at Meramec. So David Freeze hit a ton here, as you would imagine. And right over here, a soccer field. Again, this was mentioned in my Soccer City St. Louis video, which you should check out if you haven't seen it. And Mr. Jeffrey Carl with his 2 junior college women's national championships in soccer. And those championships were back-to-back in the early 90s. Okay, here's the Frank Lloyd Wright House. He was one of the great architects of the 20th century. This was built in 1951 for Russell and Ruth Krause. This was built in 1951 for Russell and Ruth Krause. He was a government worker, and he wrote Frank Lloyd Wright a letter, and he said, yeah, I'll do it for you. So he and his wife both went to Wash U, Russell and Ruth Krause. And Frank Lloyd Wright, of course, did Falling Water in Pennsylvania, the Guggenheim in New York City, as well as the Hollyhock House in Los Angeles, among many other things. So, and many houses in Chicago. So this is one here in St. Louis, a Frank Lloyd Wright house. Okay, here's Kirkwood Fire Department Station number 2 here on Big Bend Road. And we're going to wrap it up right there. So that is some of the things in Kirkwood. Some of the highlights of Kirkwood. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.